Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's time for a vlog, don't you think? I realized that I have books I'm currently reading that I really want to talk to you about, and I have books I just finished that I really want to talk to you about. So why not start a new vlog? It's the 8th of May, it's a Friday evening. I'm gonna have a chill evening at home, gonna watch some TV, eat, enjoy myself, have a good evening. May is gonna be hectic. Very hectic. Starting this weekend already. We have a birthday celebration. I'm going out with friends. I'm going to a heated rivalry club actually tomorrow. I'm gonna babysit. I have laundry. And then like the upcoming weekends are booked as well. I have a lot to do at work. I've been away. I was actually in Chicago just a few days ago. I have a friend there, so me and another friend decided to go there and visit her. So we did a lot of shopping, we ate a lot of great food, had a really good time. It's nice to be back, because I've been traveling a lot, so it's nice to finally be back and stay back for a while. But I also have a lot of things to do. I've charged my camera a bit. Let's not talk about the books I've read and finished and the books I'm currently reading. So, on my way to Chicago, it was quite a long flight. We had a layover on Iceland, so it was like 3 hours to Iceland and then another 7 to Chicago, approximately. On my way there, I read The Ending Writes Itself by Evelyn Clarke, also known as V.E. Schwab and Kat Clarke, so it's a collab project between the two authors. I love V.E. Schwab as an author. She's written some of my favorite books. And I actually got this special edition of it from Portobello Bookshop in Edinburgh, I think it's called. I ordered it online, and the fun thing was that you could actually dedicate it. So it's dedicated to me. That's really cool, right? And it's also just this very stunning edition with the sprayed edges, the end papers, the dedication and the autograph, and also the foiling under the dust jacket. This is a mystery. I believe it's V. Schwab's, maybe not her first mystery. She's written mystery in like a fantastical world, but this is like a pure mystery, like a contemporary mystery. It's about 6 authors who goes to this remote island in Scotland. They stay in a mansion, and they are invited by one of the most famous authors in the entire world. But when they show up to this mansion, they learn that he has passed, and because of that, he never finished his final book. So they are basically there to compete about who gets to write the ending for his book. And they're on a time crunch. They don't get to use their phones or laptops or anything like that. And all of these authors also have very different backgrounds. One's a romance author, a couple are like mystery thriller authors, one's a horror author, we have a sci-fi author, and we actually also have one author who has not yet even debuted. She hasn't published her first book yet. And things sort of escalate while they're here. So it's a closed room mystery, it's a whodunit, very classic in its style and very, very entertaining. I like stories like these, I like whodunits, I like closed room mysteries. I also really like the formatting of this book. It's not like mixed media, it's just very interesting in how like the chapters are split. So we have part 1, which is called The Players, and here's sort of where everyone gets introduced. So we have the thriller writers, we have like the romance writer, the horror writer, those sort of titles. And then later on we have part 2, which is called something else. Part 2 is called Main Character Energy, and in here we're getting each character's perspective. So it sort of flips between different perspectives, and occasionally we also get like excerpts from emails or letters or reviews or articles and things like that. It's like almost mixed media, but not really. But I really like the formatting. It does a lot for the story as well. That was actually a very entertaining part of it, and just the story in itself. It's not the most gasping, thrilling sort of story, but it's entertaining. I like the characters. I flew through it when reading this, and I think this edition is super cool, and obviously it's dedicated as well, even though I didn't meet them in person. So yeah, I actually gave this book 4.5 stars, rounding it down to 4 on Goodreads. It's not a perfect read, it's not gonna be my favorite book, but I'm very glad I read it. It's what I needed, it's what I expected. It sort of got me out of a reading slump. It was great entertainment on an airplane. So I do recommend this if you're looking for your next mystery read. Next up, the book that put me in said reading slump, The Future Saints. I actually started this before I went away, but then I picked this one up instead because I just wanted to read something I enjoyed. But I actually finished this on the flight back home. So I had read a third through it when I started it on my way back home. And that first third was unfortunately so disappointing to me. You might have seen in a previous vlog where I hauled this one and I was so excited about it. I was hyping it up. Honestly, it's been one of my most anticipated books of the year. I've seen comparisons to Daisy Jones and the Six and Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. This was a highly anticipated book for me, a 5-star prediction, and it did not deliver on that. I think that the comparisons to Daisy Jones and the Six are doing this book a disservice because it's gonna set your expectations wrong. It's a very literary novel. I did not enjoy the plot, I did not enjoy the characters, and I'm so upset that a book about a rock band could be boring. Because that was what this book was. It was boring. I did not care for anyone in this. I did not care about the story, I did not care about this band, and I don't understand how you can make a book about a rock band going insane, going viral, having all of these things happen to them, and make it boring. It doesn't make sense for me. This story is about a band that's on the brink. They're not doing too well, and they get assigned a new manager who is supposed to get them to make a final album so that their record label then can kick them out. When this manager enters, he hasn't even done anything yet. They go viral. They have a clip blow up on TikTok, and this band starts to gain some traction again. They get more attention, and sort of this spiral of things start happening, and they gain an audience again and are doing quite well. We have 2 point of views in the story. One is from the lead singer, one is from the manager. Since the half of the story is about the manager, I sort of feel like he's unnecessary to the story because we did not need him in order for this band to go viral. They did it all by themselves. Every insane thing that they do, he doesn't really stop it. He doesn't really do anything. They act like he does. They act like he's there and he's making a huge change. But if you actually think about it, they go viral before he even starts as a manager. All of the things that go on is because of them, not because of him. He's just pointless to the story. And then we have the band. And I did not connect to the band at all. It's only 3 members in this band. And I struggled keeping track of who's who. And I'm someone who used to listen to K-pop and fangirl over 12 people in a boy group and knew exactly who was who and what they did. So the fact that there's 2 characters in this band that I cannot really distinguish is really bad. And I don't think it's my fault. I honestly don't. We have Hannah, our main singer, our main lead. We have Kenny and we have Ripper. And I wouldn't be able to tell you what instrument Kenny plays and what instrument Ripper plays and their interests. They're so non-distinguishable. They could be the same person. Yes, they are described in different ways. Yes, they are said to have different hobbies. You really cannot distinguish them. They don't matter that much to the plot. And that's so bad. And then we have Hannah, who is your very blueprint, stereotypical, sad Tumblr emo girl. And that's all she is. We never really... I feel like there's so many attempts to give this story depth and to give these characters attributes and stuff, but it all just feels so disgenuine and made up. I don't buy it. I don't buy these characters and their interests and stuff. It doesn't feel real. It all feels very fake, I would say. I don't care for Hannah. I don't care for the guys, I don't care for the manager, and those are basically the 4 main characters of the story. The plot itself is quite repetitive. We sort of have the same thing happening where they play a show, they play a new song, something happens and they go viral. They go to the next city, they play a show, they play a new song, something happens and they go viral. They go to the next city and it's sort of how that continues. I read through it quite quickly actually. It's a quick read, even though there's a lot of text. There's nothing really wrong with the writing. It's just that it's a disappointing book. And I expected more from a book about a rock band going viral and doing insane shit. If you're expecting a more literary Daisy Jones and the Six, go for deep cuts instead. Deep cuts is so much better, it has so many layers. This is very flat. I don't feel like this has dimension or layers. I ended up giving this book 2.5 stars, I think, rounding it down to 2. It's not a bad book. It's not a badly written book. I've never read this author before, so maybe it was unfair of me to have such high expectations. But I was just disappointed, I was bored, and I had so high expectations on this one, I really did. So that sucks. I'm glad I read it, because honestly, this could very likely have been a DNF after that first third. This could definitely have been a DNF for me, and that's bad. That's really bad. There's nothing new about this, there's nothing unique. Also, Hannah, the main singer, she's described as having this charisma, this magnetism that just draws you in. I never felt that. We're being told that she's got that. Whenever she's on stage, everyone's just looking at her in awe or something. I'm not buying it. I don't feel that. This author is not making me have those emotions about her and the band. They're seeing it through the manager's eyes, but I don't really trust his judgment, if I'm gonna be honest. There's also a romance in this, but nothing really happens with it, and it's sort of boring, and there was no need for it, honestly. Maybe I'm being harsh now, but once again, I was just disappointed by this book, and I feel like the idea was there, but the execution was bad. Okay, so we have the highs and we have the lows. Let's now talk about my current reads. I have 2 books I'm currently reading. I randomly picked up just the other day 3 Shattered Souls by Corland. If you know, you know. This is the 3rd book in the Broken Blade series. I have read and reviewed these books before. You can find them on my channel. I don't really like these books. I don't think they are good, but they are entertaining and they make for good content. So I've been meaning to read this 3rd and final book for a while. I think I started it sometime last year when it was released, and then I just didn't get into it. I picked up something else and then I forgot about it. But I've decided that I will finish it now and get that next review video out for you. So I'm currently annotating it. I'm writing down my notes. When I started it, I had already read like 40 pages of it. I'm now just about 50 pages in, so I've barely read any. But I know it's gonna be a quick read because the chapters are really short. It's this fantasy world, but it's written in a very annoyingly modern way, so it just feels oddly placed. And it's about this mishmash found family group of people with different characteristics that are sort of on the same quest or heist, but it's just not well executed. If you're interested in my opinion about the story and more backstory about it, I will link my previous reviews of the previous books in the series in the description, and hopefully I will finish this soon enough and get a 3rd and final review out for you, because I really enjoy making those videos, which is sort of why I buy these and read them. I also think the deluxe edition is gorgeous, so I'm also buying the extra expensive editions of these books, but that's just sort of because if I'm gonna trash talk it, I might as well give the author some money for it, I don't know. This is one of the current reads, this is my at-home read. And then I started to read Yesteryear on my Kobo. I actually purchased it before Chicago in case I wanted to read that on the flight, but I never got to it. But I started it the other day, and this is my sort of commute book, as I like to call it. I haven't even finished the first chapter, I'm like 5% in. And I'm obsessed with it. I'm having so much fun already. I love to hate this character. So Yesteryear is about this trad wife influencer who suddenly awakes in the brutal reality of 1855. She sort of ends up in this era, in this time, that she has been romanticizing and glamorizing. That's all I know about it. That's all I needed to know. I've seen that this book have been talked about a lot lately. It's been gaining a lot of traction, so I sort of felt like I wanted to jump onto the train and also get what it's about. And from the first 5% I read, I think it's so fun. It's such a satire. Just from the first chapter, this is all I know so far. Our main character, we're basically waking up with her and she thinks about how perfect her life is, how perfect everything is, how perfect she is, how she's got the perfect life, and nothing bad can happen. And we instantly see these contrasts in like what she sort of wants her life to be, aims for it to be, makes it seem like it is and what it actually is. And we also see how made up everything is, how fake everything is, and we sort of get this dual sort of perspective. It's also fake and it's so funny. I've highlighted a few passages I thought I would read to you. I've never had much trouble with anything in my life. Not motherhood, nor marriage, nor building a business, nor serving him. So she's very confident in her life and what she's doing. Like, she believes in her success, definitely. Sometimes it actually made me sick how perfect my life was and how good I was at living it. And then there's a part where she talks about how they have a farm and she's got chickens, and the quote is, "I like to stroke their silky necks, let them peck softly at the feed in my cupped palms. We'd be killing them soon. In the darkness, my mouth watered. I've been yearning lately for fresh bone broth." So it's sort of like, she sort of paints this picture of how everything is perfect, how kind and sweet she is, and then they just turn it 180 and like, "Oh, and by the way, I'm hungry." And I just think it's so funny because it's so obviously a satire. There's also this part, she talks about how she's got nannies and they help her out, and how people have sort of questioned like, "Oh, why don't you show how much help you're getting from your nannies? It's not like you're doing all of this yourself." And she replies with how they want to sort of be private and not be on social media, and says that, "I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if my social media account ended up compromising them in any way." Although she makes family content and frequently films her kids and puts them on social media. You see? And then there's also a quote about how she looks younger than she is, and she calls it God-given plastic surgery. I call it privately. Though I wouldn't dream of saying something like that online. Because online, she denies having plastic surgery. I think this is such a funny satire already. I love to hate her already. And I'm so excited for her to get the reality check that she needs. And it's gonna be entertaining. So I'm having a good time with this. So far. From just those first 5%. And that's sort of what I'm currently reading. And I've already been talking for ages. I am now gonna have my chill and relaxed Friday evening. Masked Singer is just about to start, so I'm gonna watch that. Light some candles, make it cozy. I'll talk to you later. I've talked too much now. Hello! My background is so bright, but that's because I'm currently sitting down on my floor, sorting through laundry. So yeah, I thought I could give you some updates about how my reading has been going since we last spoke. It's Tuesday. I'm, by the way, super productive today. I feel like I've done a bunch of things. I've cleaned, I've tidied up, I fixed with some packages. Like, I've been doing stuff today, okay? How am I doing with my books? 3 Shattered Souls, I'm a third through right now. It's as expected, I would say. It's not blowing my mind, it's not doing anything unexpected. The writing still isn't it. I see the potential, I think. Like, occasionally the author throws in some really like thought through phrases. They're talking about a character that passed and someone says she's now walking the road of souls or something like that. And I like that. But then you get that together with the very modern slang sort of way of talking, and it doesn't make sense to me. Like, those two don't add up. The very lyrical, almost like poetry-like descriptive language that are also supposed to be a bit ancient or like older-esque, and then the very modern slang sort of thing. Not a fan of that, but I'm pulling through. I'm hoping to finish it this week. That would be awesome. And yes, I am taking notes as I read, because I will make another review of that book, the final book in the series. I'm also reading Yesteryear. Haven't gotten too far through that one since I'm only reading it whenever like I'm commuting, so in the mornings. And for that one I'm like 12% through, I think, and I am enjoying it. I finished the first part. I'm currently on the second part, or the third part maybe even. She has now ended up in the past times. I'm not certain if it's gonna jump back and forth between current times and the past, or if it's gonna be like, oh, now she's in the past. I'm actually not too sure about that. So we'll see. But I am enjoying it. I think it's fun. I'm very excited about it. It's definitely a satire. I'm having a good time with it. I think I'll listen to Famesick by Lena Dunham. I actually know nothing about her. I've heard her name before, but I've never seen her in any like context or consumed any media with or by her. But I've heard good things about the memoir nevertheless, and I do love me a celebrity memoir, so I think I will actually pick that one up next. I think that could be fun. So that's where I'm at. I hope I will read a bit tonight, then I'm gonna watch TV. And yeah, busy days in the office as well. But I'm killing it, I'm doing well. Pat on the back, I'm happy. Long time no video, or not video. Long time no filming. Honestly, I don't have that much to update you about reading wise. Or I have some updates, we'll get to that. But like, it's probably been over a week since I last updated you. So like, obviously things has been going on, but it's been like a lot of work. Me trying to read, me watching off campus. I'm obsessed. Like, I'm pacing myself with that show, honestly, because I feel like I have other things I need to focus on, like reading. I would really love to just complete and wrap up some books, and then I want to focus on off campus, but I've seen 4 or maybe 5 episodes so far, something like that. I like it a lot. First episode, not bad, but a bit like not perfect, could go either way after that. All of the episodes after the first one have been amazing. Episode 4, y'all, I felt so many things. I cried. First time I've ever cried during a sex scene, but it was so hot, and then it got so emotional, and then it was so hot again, and I just felt all of the things, and I wept. I wept so badly. I really like the show, but I'm trying to, as mentioned, pace myself, try to do other things. But off campus, I have read the first book, The Deal, which this first season is based on. And I checked back on my review, and apparently I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was very fun and very tropey. And watching the show now, I agree with myself. I don't think I will reread that one. I've started to consider if I should continue in the series, but I don't know really. I've heard mixed things about the books. Really enjoying the show, liking the characters, the actors, the music. Oh my god. Love the music, love the vibes, love the sort of rom-com or 2000s rom-com-y TV show sort of vibes. Love that. It's so good. So good actually. Reading. I've been attempting to read. I'm currently in the middle of 3 Shattered Souls still. Haven't finished it, but at least I have only like a third left now. And I've been like annotating quite a bit, writing my thoughts, tabbing things. So I'm actually gonna make an attempt to read it now and just see how far I can get. I have like 150 pages left. I will make a dedicated video for this, just to complete the series, but don't expect a lot. Don't expect a lot though. I'm getting through it, that's good. I'm reading Yesteryear, still only reading it on my commute though, so I'm only like, I think today I was at 28%. So slow progress, also still really enjoying that one. Not much has changed actually. I'm curious about where the story will go. We're sort of flipping between like past and current times, or like the different sort of, yeah, there's multiple timelines. So we have like the current, like present day timeline, and that is sort of her thinking back to moments in her life. So she's thinking back to when she was in college and when she had her first child and things like that. And then we have, I guess, the past, that she somehow ends up in. It's sort of skipping between like her life now and the memories and the flashbacks, and then the past, but what she is experiencing now. I'm also listening to Famesick by Lena Dunham, really realizing now that I've never seen or heard or watched any of her work before, so I'm struggling relating to that, but I'm curious about other topics she will talk about in the book. So those are sort of the books I'm working on, but now I'm gonna continue with this one. I'm really starting to get this craving to just go out and splurge on books. Have a proper go crazy in a bookstore moment. I haven't had that for years, and I miss that, and I want that so badly. But I have my book buying game, and I'm so slow at reading books this year, or reading books that allow me to purchase books. Maybe I will make like a halfway deal with myself, or some sort of like halfway point throughout the year. I feel like I deserve a splurge moment in a bookstore, or multiple bookstores actually. I feel like I should be allowed to just go loco and buy anything and everything I want. But I'm gonna make an attempt to stick to my rules. Also why I'm more motivated to finish this and read some other books as well. Because the more books I read off my physical TBR, the more books I'm allowed to purchase. For every 5 books I've read, I earn 1 book buying token that I can read anything for. So I need 3 more before I'm allowed to purchase a new book that's not a part of a series, or like a reread or a favorite author or anything like that. So yeah. Okay, enough blabbering. I have procrastinated this long enough. I'ma get to reading. Hello! Long time no see again, I think. It's Sunday, it's the 24th of May, and yeah, I actually finished a few of the books I have been reading. I actually finished them earlier this week though, I think on Wednesday. So on Wednesday I finished Famesick. I don't think I have that much to say about the memoir actually. It was occasionally interesting, but unfortunately I think she doesn't really come across as the most sympathetic person, or I don't know, I guess I lacked a bit of accountability and responsibility on her part when she was retelling some stories and the things she had been through and her life and stuff. She sort of acknowledged that she has been entitled and privileged and stuff. It was not the most interesting memoir for me. So yeah, I haven't really consumed anything by her before. I don't feel like the book made me want to change that. I'm not gonna read her other books. I don't think I will watch her shows. But I finished it. I also finished 3 Shattered Souls on Wednesday. So I finally finished the book, which I'm very happy and excited about. Or did I finish it? I think I finished it Thursday actually. I am very glad that I finished it. Did I enjoy it? Not so much either. So within like 24 hours I wrapped 2 books that I didn't really enjoy, but that is fine. I forgot to say, Famesick I gave 2.5 stars, rounding it up to 3. It's not a bad book, it's not badly written, it just wasn't interesting for me. 3 Shattered Souls I gave 2 stars. It's better than the second book, it's still not good. I have already filmed my rant review for it, so I'm gonna post this video first where I talk about me reading the book, and then you will get my rant review for 3 Shattered Souls. So those are the books I've wrapped. I actually think I will wrap this vlog here, or this sort of, it's barely a vlog. It's like 3 or 4 clips of me talking about books I've read and books I'm currently reading. So I hope you enjoyed this video of me just talking about books I have been reading and am reading. And I hope I will see you in future videos as well. I'm really tired right now, so sorry about that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please take care, and I'll see you hopefully on the next one. Goodbye!